Yo, our people, it's Aaron, Intende, and Robert. We are here to answer DV lottery questions commonly asked on our YouTube channels and TikTok and other platforms.
Yeah.
So, tell them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be looking at some of the questions that you asked on my previous video so that I can be able to answer some of them. I've decided to make a video on this because there are very many questions. I see you want to know more about this, and let's just dive in straight. So, someone's asked here, what hospital are we going to here in Uganda or meant to go to in Kenya? That was on my TikTok account. So where you're going to go to make your medical, you're going to go to IOM, that is in Kenya, and IOM in Uganda, that is in Naguru in Kampala. So we have here another question.
First of all, maybe somebody might be asking, is it true that present day DV lottery we are doing our medicals in Naguru in Uganda, because before we are only having medicals being done in Kenya for the East African countries who have interviews there. So however much before we used to do our medicals in Kenya, currently we can do our medicals at Naguru in Kampala. Then you can go for your interviews from Kenya.
Yes.
So just clearing that one out. Continue.
Okay. So I have another one here that says, can I apply as a single person though declared to have kids? Yes. Having kids does not mean that you're married. So if you applied as a single person with kids, it has no problem. It's just fine. If you applied as married with kids, it's also fine. You have to include all that information when you're filling your DS260. If you applied as a single with kids, you fill as single, and you also fill another one for your child. If you have one child, one form. If you have two children, every child, they are different forms. Yeah.
So to make that one clear, if you're single and you have kids, yes, it's okay to apply and add your kids, and they will need you to take your kids to the embassy. And another thing I want to make clear, as he said, please always submit a DS260 for yourself, then submit separate DS260 for each of your kids, and please complete it. Don't forget to add the father of your kids. And some of them are asking, do I need a consent letter from the father when I'm going for the interviews? If it's possible to get the consent letter, please get it. If you're unable to get it, you can even have any of your elders to consent for you. Just in case they need it, you can have that supporting document.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you will be denied because you don't have that consent letter. Another thing, some people are saying, we are not married. Why am I bringing these topics? Because they all go in that group of we are not married and we have kids. How can we apply? Or we have been selected. What can we do?
So if you're not married but you're staying together, you're cohabiting, you have kids, that's actually a very good thing. If you applied as not married but you had kids, you're living together, it's very simple. These children here are proof that you people have a relationship. So just go ahead, formalize, get a certificate, a marriage certificate, it has to be certified by the ministry, I think.
Yeah.
You certify it with a URSB, and then you're good to go. This is very simple and easy. Yeah.
When he tells you to get the certificate, it doesn't mean that you just go and get the certificate. Sometimes they need photos to show your wedding, photos to show your previous relationship evidence that you guys have been together. For example, you went out, like you have been enjoying time together, like you took photos with your phones.
Yeah.
You can show that you have been together for
a
the
long
past
time.
2 years, 3 years. Like you show photos with your kids when they are still young, photos when you're together giving birth. Those are great photos. They will not even delay you to ask you questions to prove whether you're really together. They will not delay you. They will just
This is proof.
yeah.
This is proof that this relationship has been going on and it's not a marriage fraud.
Yeah, and those of you who are together, but you don't have kids, that is another question which they will come to ask us. That's why I want us to talk about them as we continue with other questions. If you're not together, if you have been together, or you're trying to add somebody, your friend, you guys have to create a story which they will ask you at the interview. You have to create that story. However much you have it or you don't have it, you have to create that story, because they have to ask you evidence. When did you engage? When did you guys meet? If you don't answer questions according to what they ask you, they will think that you guys are frauding the process. Then they will deny you the visa, and inside your information at the embassy, they will put that one that you guys try to fraud dvlottery.
You guys try to forge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see very many questions surrounding marriage. Wow. Very many questions around the marriage thing that I think we've talked about it very well.
Some people are always asking, is there any question?
Yeah, someone is asking what medical conditions can limit me. I got allergies. So the medical is actually, when you go for a medical, you need to show that you are vaccinated. They are going to right now, COVID is one of the vaccine. COVID vaccine is one of them. MMR, that is measles, mumps and rubella, and then there is hepatitis B.
Polio.
Yeah, hepatitis B vaccine, yellow fever vaccine. What else?
Yeah, TB.
TB. So you have to. If you don't have proof that you took these vaccines earlier, then they are gonna give you those vaccines when you go for your medicals.
Actually, literally, this is what I can tell you. Literally, they need you to prove that you've been vaccinated. These normal vaccines, which we get as Africans from the time we are given birth to the time when we grow up, those are the necessary vaccines which are needed, but you have to prove that you got them. If you lost the small paper because your mother she wasn't good at keeping them, just go to any hospital, get it. Just go to any hospital, get it. They are not gonna try to see if it's legit or not, because this is not even needed at the embassy. It's needed at the medical center where you will do your medicals. If you don't have any kind of information to prove that you have these vaccines, they will charge you and they will have to give you that vaccine. Yeah. So guys, please provide those proof that you have those vaccinations, because you will give them hard time. Okay.
So some are asking, I'm living in the UAE but I applied. I'm a Ugandan. Where will I do my visa interview?
Let's say medical or visa interview. It's a pretty wholesome questions, and this one I can carry this question to people all over the world. Wherever you are and you did your DV lottery, you might be in Saudi Arabia, you might be in China, you might be in Europe. This is a similar question. So he's asking.
First of all, wait, I want you to combine these two because they are similar.
Okay.
I'm in Qatar. This is James Heaven. I'm in Qatar. If I win, do I have to exit to Uganda?
Thank you. So the first one is asking, I'm in United Arab Emirates. Where am I gonna do my visa interview? Another one is in Qatar. Do I need to go back to Uganda? This, I'm gonna tell you two things. Then Robert will continue from there. First of all, if I'm in Qatar, if myself I was in Qatar, I would start thinking, so I'm here working and I need to do all the process within the respective period. Do I have the necessary documents? If I don't have, I will exit, go get the necessary document, come back to Qatar, do my interview. Sometime I might look at, I have a family and I cannot transport my family to Qatar or to UAE. So I either do my interview in Qatar or UAE and send an email to the embassy in Kenya to do interviews for my family, so that when they are done and they're given visa, they can join me here. Instead of wasting a lot of money for interview and them coming, they can join me after them getting the visa, join me and we fly together to America.
Yeah.
How do you say about that?
Yeah, so wherever you're living, whichever country you're staying in, you can do from there. But like he said, if you have family and then you want to be moving with your family, then it's better because they understand that you can be having people in different countries and you're also living in a different country. So you can arrange, you write to them that my spouse is going to be doing their interview in this country and I'm going to be doing my visa interview in this country, and it's very okay. Or you can come back and do with them at the same time. You go at the same time. That will be, I think, that would make it even perfect.
Yeah.
If you go together with your children, with your wife, if you're a man, you go with your wife. If you're a woman, you go with your husband. It will be very much easy. And you enjoy the whole process.
I want to add something, that please don't resign from your job.
Yes.
Please don't resign from your job. And always exit, get the necessary documents, then come back and work as the process is going on.
Yeah, so another person asked me about, I think this is going to be our last. Another person asked me about the education. So I was asking me, I don't have the high school certificate, but I did senior 4 and then I branched off, I did some other certificate. Will it help me to go through? What do you have to say about it?
It depends on what you did. You might have done some cleaning certificate, you might have done security certificate, and you have also experience in security. First of all, this is what I tell people. If you have something you did and you can prove it, then you have to stand for yourself. We cannot tell you will not be approved, whatever. If you can defend yourself, like you go to the interview and you tell them, I have senior 4, I branched, then I went to Qatar, I did cleaning and I did certificate in catering, I did coffee stuff. You prove them that you have the confidence and America needs you.
Yeah, you can add on the company you're working on. They make for you a recommendation letter. You add to show that indeed you're working and you have gained experience in this kind of work that you're doing.
And I'm going to give them another example.
Yeah, it may be fashion and design. It can be nursing, it can be catering, it can be anything else, but that you've been doing this for more than 2 years and it's trainable.
There is 2 examples I'm gonna give you. One is for a farmer who had not studied, but he had experience and talent in spraying his stuff. So he had done senior 4 and branched off, and he became a farmer who has experience in killing germs, like killing pests, whatever, in his garden.
Spraying.
So when he went to the interview, they asked him about that, what he does, and he told them what he does, and they were fascinated about him and the talent he has, and he was given a visa. And another thing, there is a CEO who went there and he proved them that he's a CEO. He owns a company. He has money. So they gave him a visa because those are the kinds of people they need. But if you go there and you cannot defend yourself, you're shy, man, you're gonna be denied a visa, not because you don't have capability, but because you don't have confidence to talk.
And another thing I want to add on that is that when you go to for the interview, what you have to know is that everything has to be proven. You need to have proof for everything that you're talking about. If you say I worked for this company, show that indeed you worked for this company. Is this can this, if I type into Google, can I find the company you're talking about? Does it have an address? So then if I can find that company, then you show me at least a recommendation letter from, it's those are simple things to get.
Or a work experience, or training,
show me
or job
something
offer.
that shows, or a job offer that shows that indeed you're working for this company.
There is a tricky question which came from O-level student. He said, if I'm in senior 4 and I win, can I go to America?
If you're a senior 4 and you win, I don't think you qualify, because first of all, you don't have the minimum education requirement, and indeed you don't have any working experience.
Yes.
Yeah, so you don't meet that category, and I don't think even when you apply you will get selected, because you cannot pass through the minimum requirement. You cannot be selected.
However much being selected, it doesn't mean they have to present whatever.
Yeah, but when you're applying, there is a provision where they ask you what's the highest education level of education you have attained. So if you put less, then I think the system is going to just
if I was him, if I was him, I would put what I don't have just to be selected. Then I try my luck. But still, remember, they ask you, do you have it? If you don't have it, that means it will be a lie. So if you're not ready, please don't apply until you're ready. That's when you will apply.
Your luck will come.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. But remember, we're gonna be tackling topics like coming to America with a marriage certificate. We're gonna tackle things like how to get a police letter in Uganda, or which kind of education certificate are we sure that they need, and how to present it to the consular. These are topics which are gonna be coming up, because we are in the place in the period that people are being selected and people are collecting documents. So guys, thank you for watching and welcome to
please sign up, subscribe, like, comment. We shall get time and answer most of your questions. We're here to offer you guidance and help you so that you come and enjoy life in America. Sign up.